us bring our own lived experiences to a marriage and our own like backstories that shape our perspective when it comes to not just money, but to anything. So, like, for example, they talked about going to a classroom full of 8-year-olds. And they said to these 8-year-olds, okay, you have an aunt and an uncle who are married, and your uncle says, hold on, let me see if I can not butcher the story. Says, I had my family member of some sort, let's say his uncle. His uncle saved his whole life, like saved and saved and saved his money and lived in like a little tiny apartment and never spent it and saved and saved and saved and then eventually got cancer and died and like never got to enjoy any of it. So his whole thing that he brings to the marriage is like, let's do fun things. Let's travel, let's spend, let's like make the memories and make the experiences because you can't take it with you, right? So when they're looking at making a decision, like say they're going to go on a trip, he's like, yes, YOLO, like let's go. And then the wife is bringing to the table that she, her mom spent and spent and spent. And so she grew up in a family where they didn't have a lot and they'd never had a savings. And if someone got sick or had to go to the emergency room, like there was never that bucket to pull from. And so her whole thing is like, no, we need to build a nest egg. We need to save. We need to make sure we're prepared should the worst happen. And so when they make decisions as a couple, there's a lot of tension. And they asked these 8-year-olds, like, what do you think they should do? And the 8-year-olds were like, well, they should save a little and spend a little. And the Gottmans were like, duh, obviously, like that's the right answer. But for so many couples, like we can't get to that place. But 8-year-olds can. But we can't